Well, it's pretty obvious that now there was no way on earth I was keeping these Tempo Next percents pearly white. I mean, did I forget I live in the Welsh Valleys and that it rains? It always rains. Anyway, my name is Lee and this is Fitness Focus. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Nike Tempo Next percent after 83.8 miles and giving you my honest opinion of what I think of the shoe. So, sit tight, this is going to be a belter. To be honest, I never really imagined myself owning a pair of these shoes. First of all, because they're ridiculously expensive and you'd often see me in a trainer that's around about the 50 quid mark. And number two, I hardly ever do any speed training and nowhere near enough to justify the price that these costs and for them to be used so little. It's safe to say that somehow we're often misled into believing that a trainer can only be used for a certain type of run. Hence the boom in the running trainer industry at the moment, with all the trainers for easy runs, tempo runs, speed runs, long runs, hilly runs. You've got a trainer for every occasion. And to be blatantly honest, I still can't differentiate between most. And to prove that, I run in a Reebok Float Ride Energy 3.0. And that is my everything, my speed, my easy, my tempo, my recovery. And I run in all terrains and all sorts of weather. This is why I believe that the subconscious has already told you that the Tempo Next percent is no good for anything other than speed. Perhaps it's a placebo effect. After all, it says it in the name, right? Tempo, so it must be right? Wrong. My initial thoughts on the shoe that I hadn't really seen or felt anything like it in my life. My dearest shoe before this was the Hoka Carbon X, which for me, to be honest, felt a little bit stiff and a little bit rigid, but from the moment I picked these up and slipped them onto my foot, I knew this trainer was different. With the no tongue and such a thin upper and the padding around the heel ensured the lockdown, it was slipper-like. It was like no feeling I've ever felt in a trainer, to be honest. My first run was a fast 5k. Running around about threshold, I felt the trainer a little bit clunky, and even walking in them, that was an experience. 19 minutes later, I could feel that annoying pain in my hamstring. The pain that I'd fought so hard 18 months or so ago to get rid of it. Fact. Seem to be getting that problem back in the high hamstring again. Little bit of slippage in the right heel. And both my toes, big toes, are a little bit numb. Strange. This was the last thing I needed. A nice casual, easy 6 kilometre back to the house. And the aching for the hamstring was at the forefront of my mind. Also, how loud are these things? Literally, people walking down the pavement moved to one side, and before I run past, they were out of my way. And as I passed, I could hear one saying to the other, Jesus, he's slapping his feet hard. I wasn't. First run out of the way, I was near contemplating using Nike's brilliant return policy and sending them straight back in the post. Anyway, days passed, and as I didn't have any speed training planned, these just sat in a box, nice and clean. That's where they stayed. That was until I agreed to go out with the Sunday Harriers and I was going to do a long run. It would be a nice easy run down the canal, so around 8-minute mile per mark. Now, here's the dilemma. Did I go against the experts and the critics that say that the shoe is no good in anything other than speed or tempo? Should I use this run for an easy run? To be honest, I didn't take much convincing and thought, they're my shoes, I'll decide what I wear them for. Anyway, worried about the hamstring and not having covered nowhere near 17 miles that I had planned in a long time, the run set off for a nice casual 445 to 450 per kilometre. Laden in mud in sections, I had no other option than to run through it, commit and get it absolutely stinking. Anyway, safe to say when I got home, I was changing on the doorstep. My wife was not letting me come in the house with them on. 13 miles had passed in the long run and my legs showed no sign of fatiguing. The bouncy Zoom X propelled me forward and it seemed to be making me use less effort. Ha! I smuttered to myself. I just run 17 miles, 8 minutes per mile, and I feel fucking fantastic. From this day forward, that was the Tempo Next percent, has now become my new daily driver. Now this one's going to shock you. Ready? I've even used it for a recovery run. Yep. And after 83.8 miles, you can see that aside from being dirty, there's a little bit of wear on the outsole of the forefront, but nothing major. There is a little bit of signs of creasing on the forefoot, on the foam. It does look like it does have some signs of depression, but I can't feel it when I'm running. In fact, the more I run in it, the more I like it. To conclude, I'm not sure how far I'm going to take this trainer or how long it'll last me, but I will continue to use it as my daily shoe for all kinds of runs. Mainly because it delays the fatigue in my muscles and makes all miles seem a damn sight easier. If you are still here, then please run a comment down below. Are you mad enough to use this Tempo Next Percent in anything other than Tempo? If you do, let me know your experiences with it. Make fitness your focus. Watch this video here. And if you haven't subscribed, smash that subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next one.